Welcome to Tech Topics brought to you by Cybervenger. We help keep small businesses stay protected and compliant with cutting-edge cybersecurity and IT solutions.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Andy. I'm the Managing Consultant for Cybervenger. Today we're doing another deep dive into the 110 controls of the NIST 800-171 standard. Today's standard, if we look down here, is 3.13.1. And this is the first in a new family of controls, and that family is System and Communications Protection. So if you look at it, it says monitor, control, and protect communications, i.e. information transmitted or received by organizational systems, at the external boundaries and key internal boundaries of an organizational system. So it means that you need to regulate information going back and forth, not only at your internet connection, but at other key points, perhaps wireless. Perhaps you got a route going between you and another organization. I've worked with companies that have internal routers that will bounce off to a third-party organization. A lot of police departments do this. They have to have their information talk out to the state to pull data back and forth on criminals, that sort of thing. And they're kind of hooked up at the internal level, and it's not actually at the firewall, so it's switch to switch. It's just a route. They drop a router in there. And then corporate networks have this too for varying reasons. They may have a giant partner that they communicate with often enough they don't want to go on the internet, that sort of thing. So any boundary that you have externally would apply to this. You have to have some kind of filtering, some kind of way of regulating, tracking, logging, all those things. It's all about management. We've talked about what management means. It means being able to have logs collected, to have alerting when something out of ordinary is going on, to get attention on it, to be able to push policies and updates, that kind of thing. But it's most simplest, you could think of a firewall. And in the old days, there was this thing called the border manager that Novell made. I know, I'm talking about dinosaurs here. But the idea is to put a firewall everywhere, right? And that's kind of what the same amount of thinker they're talking here. Obviously, not border manager, I don't think they exist anymore. But that particular product would fill this requirement. You want to make sure that every major interface. Now, the other case where you would want to be able to control and restrict communications would be between different VLANs. You may have one VLAN that's dedicated to CUI, and only certain people can have access to. Other VLANs that have general functionality. So maybe you have a set of workstations, general workstations that your administrative staff would run, or your sales teams, or whoever would run on. And then maybe you have a separate VLAN specifically for workstations dedicated to the manufacturing team who would get CUI in form of AutoCAD drawings and the like. And that would have to be, what you would want to do is make sure that that workstation VLAN with the AutoCAD drawings on it, maybe it'll reach out to, say, where the printers are in print, or reach out to the servers are and access data, but not be accessible by the other workstations, or even maybe some of the other servers. You want to make sure that those kind of controls are in place. Network switches of any kind of enterprise left, or any kind of business class, will usually allow the capacity to have ACLs on the access control list that allow you to say what you can allow and what you don't allow. Typically, you'd want to set up something of a deny by default, allow by exception kind of deal, and to protect CUI assets that way. The idea is just that you need to monitor, control, and manage that at every level, not just the internet. Speaking of internet, when you do the internet is, you just think of it as a bad neighborhood. All kinds of nasty stuff is on the internet. A firewall is probably not alone is not enough to fit this requirement. You want to look for more modern business class kind of firewalls. Something that's going to have intruder protection sitting on it to watch for suspicious activity, to watch for things that may not be known by an antivirus database. Something that can detect large amounts of traffic and cut off stuff that's suspicious, that sort of thing. Things that will have antivirus built in the gateway. Things will have application layer firewalls that can look at the way the application's talking and cut off raw traffic. Reverse proxies are a nice thing like that. You would also want to make sure that if you have an external device like a web server, or an Internet of Things device, like let's say an HVAC system that controls remotely. Sometimes staff work at home, or a security system. I know a lot of owners who want to be able to pop on and look at the cameras and see what's going on when they're in their vacation home in the Hamptons and whatnot. All of that should be in another VLAN, in a DMZ or that kind of thing, again, to partition off the kind of damage. So just because somebody outside gets into that doesn't get them any closer to where the CUI is at. So you want to restrict and control your CUI at those levels. So any kind of data point, any kind of segment should have its own set of controls on it. but most particularly, of course, the firewall itself with modern second-generation firewall technology, as they call it, and that sort of thing. So that's really what this control is all about. There's more details coming. The other one, controls, is kind of an intro to this particular family of controls, and we'll talk about those in the next one. Thanks a lot for joining.
Thanks for watching. We hope this video has provided valuable information to you. Be sure to share this video with other small business owners to spread the word about the importance of cybersecurity. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want more information about cybersecurity, visit us at www.cybervenger.com.